guess.
So
Yeah,
the chat will be right here with me.
Should be. I don't know. I should be able to go like on games and stuff.
So how do I do that?
We're going to press the minus button.
Now you're off of that.
So how do I know if I'm still streaming?
The red dot right there.
Now how do I X off this without Xing off the stream?
Minus.
Now you're on.
And I can't get copyrighted for anything?
You shouldn't be able to. Alright.
What's the account called so like I can see what chat is?
Oh yeah.
What the Zan?
This one right here.
Alright.
Alright.
Thank you.
Yep.
What's up to the one person in here? One viewer's probably me.
Where the hell did FC go? You son of a bitch.
Hello?
Don't love Russia. Rated PG-13. Behind every DIY
It's more help than you think.
sometimes help is delivered.
Sometimes it's just a tap away. Because do it yourself
Doesn't have to mean,
all by yourself.
what are you working on? Hey soccer fans, DraftKings has you covered on all your MLS action this season with an experience built to bring you closer to the pitch. With DraftKings, there are plenty of ways to get involved with every single match. DraftKings is now live in all 50 states. Just download the app and use the promo code when you sign up. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
This is the win probability. Despite this being number 2 in the East versus number 13 in the East, it is the team 3 from the bottom of the table that is favored at home. The Philadelphia Union, winners of 4 straight since the World Cup break. Slight favorites over an Inter Miami team that has lost 3 in a row, all competitions. Filip Dujic is the official today, 32-year-old Canadian who made his MLS debut in 2022, and David Barry, the video assistant referee. 7th time in the Lionel Messi era these two teams have met. First time that Kevin Sullivan will be hosting Lionel Messi. Miami unbeaten, 5-0-1 in the 6 previous meetings. Since the fall of 2023 in the League's Cup semifinals. Underway, Philadelphia Union hosting Inter Miami from Subaru Park. A rematch of a game played almost 3 months ago down in Miami on May 24th, a 6-4 win for Inter Miami. Since then, Philadelphia has changed their manager, now an interim coach, Ryan Richter. And Philadelphia, Taylor, the team coming in the better form today. How do you see this playing out?
Well, it's a good point. Philadelphia's got momentum, and Miami have the talent. It comes down to who wins their individual battle. What I mean by that is if Philadelphia gets this game played in transition, they've got a real good chance. If Miami dominates the game with possession and forces Philadelphia to defend a little bit deeper, not in this chaotic, high-energy style, then Miami's going to find a way to win their 9th game on the road. I think whichever the game goes, that will suit the winner tonight. And right now, Philadelphia's got all the momentum in the world.
Playing with a ton of confidence. The long throw-in dealt with by Miami. Harriel knocks it down. Damiani to Kevin Sullivan in really good form now. The 16-year-old who gets his hand a little bit too high into the face of Sergio Reguilon and is called for a foul.
That left hand just got Reguilon just right on the side of the face, but Kevin Sullivan is just a good example of how confident this entire team has been. They've won 4 games in a row. They've scored 10 goals in those games, and yet they've had 7 different goal scorers. So they've just found different ways to get back their season, to get back into the conversation. Is it still a long shot to make the playoffs? Absolutely. But there's a belief in this building, there's a belief within this club that as bad as the first half of the season went, they can turn it around, especially winning their 5th game in a row against Inter Miami at home.
7 points in 15 games under Bradley Carnell at the World Cup break. 12-4 under Ryan Richter. To legitimately get back into that playoff conversation, they're just 5 points away from the playoff line.
Casemiro's got to be big tonight. He's got to be really influential. He's going to drop deep at times. You know, you and I have done, 4 of his games. It's eerily similar to Busquets. The positions he picks up, how deep he sits in possession, they go to 3 in the back, but he's got to defend a little bit better in transition.
Casemiro starting a 6th match in 19 days. Miami playing a 6th match in 19 days. Casemiro has played every minute of the previous 5 matches. Miami does not rotate very often. These guys are going to play if there's a game. Luis Suarez, he is a little rested, serving that Leagues Cup suspension, so he did not play in Leagues Cup for Inter Miami. And here is Casemiro on the ball. Long forward for Ian Frey and too far.
What's a little surprising about this 6 games in 19 days is you're talking about a player that's coming off the World Cup as well,
Yeah,
right?
He's not had a break.
No. And that's where I think Casemiro may have shown some heavy legs, but tonight, so far from what I've seen, it looks like they're going to operate with him as a 3rd center back, but have the freedom to step into the midfield. And that's a similar role that they used with Busquets, especially during those runs when they were struggling to defend, to struggle to grind out results. The game against Nashville was very apparent that if Miami doesn't have the ball, they're going to struggle to win games because they struggled to defend in space.
Wagner floating forward. Iloski behind Lujan. Quick in the middle. Over the head of Damiani. Harriel stepping forward to win it back. Vasilev tried to nutmeg Bright. Didn't come off.
Wow, he's such a dick player. Bumping is crazy. We're bumping, bro. What an asshole.
Lujan under a lot of pressure. goes back to Dane St. Clair, making his first start since that match on May 24th. Coming out of the World Cup break, Guillermo Hoyos, Inter Miami's head coach, went with Rocco Rios Novo. Philadelphia lose it. Reggie Lone, too strong for Kevin Sullivan. And so on the bench since the World Cup break for Dane St. Clair the last 7 games, but Rios Novo, a couple high-profile mistakes, including on Saturday in Nashville, and it's back to the defending goalkeeper of the year, Dane St. Clair.
Well, and I expect a different Dane St. Clair to show up, but go back to this opportunity from Philadelphia moments ago. Kai Wagner's vision, his ability to stretch the field, it makes the field wider, naturally left-footed. He's been their best chance creator over the past 4 seasons, so to bring him back, Ilowski and Damiani and everybody else going forward, they know they've got an opportunity to surprise Miami with little clip balls over the top.
Little sojourn to Birmingham for Kai Wagner, sold to Birmingham City on January 2nd, where he played pretty much every match that he was available in the second half of the season in the championship, and then brought back on July 17th, back home, so to speak, to Philadelphia. His 8th season now for the Union, now as a designated player. But both these teams know what it meant to lose such an important piece at left back in the offseason. Wagner and Jordi Alba, I think unquestionably the 2 best, at least attacking left backs in Major League Soccer. And Philadelphia getting Wagner back has made a big difference since the World Cup break.
Well, to that point, Reguilón's got 1 goal, 0 assists. What is it, 18, 19 games into the season?
He's only played 9. He's dealt with injuries throughout the year, but
That's so stupid, man. I got
Jordi
that.
Alba had 11 goal contributions. There you go.
Suarez gets a puck away from behind, and Ian Frey was offside. The flag is raised. Ryan Richter is the interim head coach for the Philadelphia Union. He's a Philly guy through and through from Warminster, played college at LaSalle. Took over right at the beginning of the World Cup break when Philadelphia parted ways with Bradley Carnell. Guillermo Hoyos, also a mid-season change for Inter Miami, taking over on April 14th for Javier Mascherano. He is the full-time head coach for Inter Miami.
Yeah, fuck that game. No, go fuck yourself, dude. Like, how stupid is this game? It made me fly up in the air.
Inter Miami had a difficult time getting that ball in, and they give it away, but then Westfield gives it right back.
Well, you can tell early on in this game that Miami's trying to slow the game down, be very deliberate in possession, the way they set up. Maybe just trying to.
So
throw
jumping's
a
not a
curveball
thing?
at Ryan Richter and the Philadelphia Union, and yet I would say 9 minutes in, this game's already disappointing because didn't we have like 6 goals by the time
At least.
But yeah. But all kidding aside, Ryan Richter's had this team ready for this, and so they are sitting in this little bit of a mid block and almost asking for the space of Miami to open up behind and try to turn them over.
One of the changes Ryan Richter said he made was being just a little more conservative in their press, not going all out all the time. A little nuance as Messi is on the ball really for the first time tonight. Cutting inside. Leo Messi finds Reguilón with Reguilón clipping it in. Wagner high into the air but not clear. Blake's got to come and punch. Right clipping it back in. Now they're offside. I think the call on one of the players inside the box on Miami when Blake came out to punch away.
Well, part of what Philadelphia is thinking is you don't want to get into a game that's end-to-end for 90 minutes because the talent oozes through Inter Miami in those situations. So much of it, Messi and Suarez. And when they lost the game 6-4, it was that kind of game. Yeah, you scored 4 goals on the road, but Andre Blake and company, you're just desperate to try to defend and make saves, and you gave up 6. So the conservative approach tonight is to try to limit those opportunities for Messi in Miami.
Oh.
Suarez battling with the young Neil Pierre. Jean-Jacques there in the middle. To get it back to Harriel and now Blake. Now Kevin Sullivan forward to Frankie Westfield. Westfield looking for Delgado. Against his former team, Indiana Vassilev opens up the scoring. Philadelphia's flying. 1-0.
Yeah, this game can go fuck itself. I'm
Well, Richter took over the Philadelphia Union and he simplified things. Be aggressive when we defend, but when we go forward, don't go forward blindly. Go forward with a purpose. Pierre stepped into the midfield, gets Westfield in behind. That is a wonderful ball whipped in. And there's not one, but two runners inside the box. The second runner for Vassilev. My word. Who changed Philadelphia in 6 weeks? His name's Ryan Richter. It's 1-0, 11 minutes in here in Philadelphia.
What a difference this Philadelphia Union team is after the World Cup break. Winners of 4 straight in MLS, and now taking an early lead against Inter Miami. Now, of course, they did take an early lead against Inter Miami on May 24th down at New Stadium. They went up 2-0 within 10 minutes. And here they come, looking to do the same. Melowski towards Vassilev. Frey there defending. Vassilev still has it. Wagner behind Kevin Sullivan. Falcone can't clear it. Ends up with Reguilón.
I mean, the principles of play are still there. React when you lose the ball, try to put immediate pressure on it, but it's a little more concerted when they go forward, a little bit more pragmatic.
And Ryan Richter said before it was so wide open and so wild.
Yeah,
He said we still want to be really aggressive, but more disciplined.
Yeah, but when you have good players, allow them to play, allow them to take a breath. I think that's part of the misunderstanding regarding this Philadelphia Union team is they've got soccer players. They've got players that can play and keep possession, but they've also got the integrity of putting teams under pressure. You saw that great example of the goal there with possession.
I can take that.
Individual causing public concern.
To defend
Any
its space.
available unit,
And
please
here we are,
respond.
we're down 1-0, 14 minutes in.
And now a big difference.
4561 here. I've got the vagrancy situation covered.
Really, the target's got to be the 6'7" Neil Pierre, the 18-year-old, just a monster on these set pieces. Wagner does float this to the back post. It's knocked into the middle. Oh, somehow, with Pierre and Kevin Sullivan both there, they weren't able to put it in. And then a wild slide and a miss from Jean-Jacques. Now direct to Pinter over Vassilev. Blake out of his area, heads away.
I'm confused how it's not 2-0. Both Kevin Sullivan and Pierre were wide open 6 yards out, and they both missed it.
Philadelphia taken away. Alonski turns.
Would you please show me your ID and your vehicle?
Sullivan.
Setting up a roadblock. If anyone
Kevin Sullivan with a clip. Vassilev's got room. He settles. Drives it across off of Frey. Now back to Wagner. Talk about
Joel 4561 responding.
Wagner with all the
I will set up the
time.
roadblock.
Dangerous ball under the near post. Dealt with by Casemiro.
Out of your car and to the sidewalk.
Dude, but Casemiro defending almost as a sweeper. There's no Segovia. There's no Yannick Bright. The wide defenders in
This is Patrol 4561 speaking. I can look for that vehicle.
You're being arrested.
No, don't. Please, officer.
At the moment.
Well, the first thing I noticed, 20 seconds in,
I'm taking you to the police station.
Casemiro was playing. They're playing 5 in the back.
Wagner. Patient.
Patrol 4561 responding to the disturbance. En route.
Brings it forward. Damiani gets it back. Ilowski. Loose touch.
You have the right to remain silent. Any statement you
Leaving
make
for Vasilev. Philadelphia all over Miami.
have the right to a competent
St. Clair's strong to catch.
your own choice. You cannot afford the services. So the government will provide you. Do you understand these rights?
This is Sports and Net Cam Replay brought to you by AT&T.
Well, this was the seconds from Kai Wagner. It just it's perfectly placed. I think Fisher is on. The suspect defending Harvey Jake from Inter Miami in multiple ways in transition. And on set pieces.
Miami just cannot relieve the pressure from Philadelphia. And again, Philadelphia just get the ball right back. A hopeful ball forward to Peter. Easily dealt with by Philadelphia. Damiani does well to hold off Casemiro and go back to Vasilev.
Vacancy reported. Individual causing public concern.
Out for a throw.
I'm taking you to our precinct cell now.
This is Unit 4561. I can take care of the vagrancy situation.
Wagner. Kevin Lujan heads away. Hinter trying to drive forward. Bueno gets a touch. Westfield settles.
Domestic situation unfolding.
Sullivan
Call us here for
isolated,
safety.
ready to
Stay
go.
here.
We need a unit on
Sullivan
scene now.
chops it back. He's got a little bit of flair. Thought he drew a foul. Philip Dujic thinks otherwise. Westfield sends it out for a throw.
Unit 4561, I'll take care of the domestic incident.
Kevin Sullivan just trying to cut and get by Reguilon, and then Segovia comes over here. Reguilon was a little frustrated with the crowd getting up on their feet, cheering the little cutback. The 29-year-old reminding the 16-year-old that the game's a little bit different, but Reguilon may have gotten away with a foul.
Brad Victor likes that confidence in Kevin Sullivan. Loves his mentality. So that's the most impressive thing about his ability to block everything on purpose on what he wants, which is to be the world-class player that Eddie predicted he would become for years since he was 14 years old.
That word class is going down way too easily. Kevin Sullivan's had a long way to go, but this year so far he has shown evolution. He has shown the ability to get into games. I met him at a very young age with the All-State MLS Next All-Star game, and every time there's a little bit of dog in it, but we just got to be mindful. He is 16. He's been trained by throughout the years in MLS and US soccer. Sometimes we put the cart before the
Let me
horse,
have a
but
look
there's
at your-
something different about Kevin Sullivan, that's for sure.
When you
Sure,
are
here
the
you-
best 14-year-old in the world, that is the pressure put on you, right? The expectations put on you to get to
All
that
right,
level.
here's your accident.
Are you kidding me? There's all...
Right, so it's a big difference if I say
Great.
it's
Fortunate.
towards Manchester City.
All right, you can go now. Drive safe.
Give yourself some more credit.
It's just Grayson Zacco, what they're saying.
So I need more information about this course.
17 next
It's
month.
called, dude, it's not like a place you'll ever hear of. They do trailers. But they know how to hotwire and everything, and they're professional people. Like, more professional than your dad.
My dad's super
Not as, dude,
My dad does too.
Dispatch,
all these
I'm picking up the
guys
delayed
went to
protest report.
university.
Heading there.
Most of them went to technical college. Yeah, how do you end it? You end it?
What is it? Why?
And the defending's at midfield.
No, just end it, bro.
Midfield.